so much growing up, and not having been identified, I think was so challenging. And, I went to a Catholic school, in elementary school and high school. And really in elementary school, there was really a lack of any sort of openness to curiosity and engagement, period. And I think, there was such a disconnect between my internal dialogue of what I was interested in and the level of material that was presented to me, which just was not engaging. And I think that my saving grace was in high school when I was found, by teachers to kind of build the strengths. And I think so much of my very early years was focused on a deficit model, and the grade model. And nobody really inquired, what are my strengths? I was a little kid who loved to sit there and write poetry. I loved to look at the moon and write the phases. And it was just kind of sort of like fallen flat on my instructors and on my teachers. And I don't want to otherize teachers. I also want to make it clear that as a child, there were 30 kids in the classroom, and order was so important that if I was interrupting and super excited about an idea, it was just totally missed, because I didn't follow. A lot of kids don't follow order very well. And it could be due to the fact of how brain wiring really is. And actually it is that way. And so for me, I think I always knew there was something inside of me. I always knew, but it didn't really click, actually. Academics, to feel good, to be honest with you, didn't really click until I was in college, where I was able to have stuff that was actually very engaging. And so for me, writing this is like, let's not wait till kids are 18 to feel like they're doing things that they love. Like, find out when they're 5, and so that's kind of I think the piece. I don't want kids to suffer the way that I had to, and parents to suffer.
Right.
I think now we live in such a competitive world, that, parents all meet and they're friendly and they're really good people, but there's this underlying thing like, oh, so and so got this award and so did this well, and there's this categorizing of, getting like the Harvard application, like going in kindergarten, and there's like this big misunderstanding when you're really young. Like, if you're gifted, you're going to go to an Ivy League. And it's like, no, actually, Ivy Leagues may match and may not match. It's individual. And so I think, for me, I really want people to recognize their kids' strengths and embrace them, rather than kind of force them into this box that they're just not going to fit into.